So, you have a tent and a rig, and you love overlanding. You have plans to do it big, on the trails and some super glamping? Want ideas, tips, news, and reviews? A podcast that's first rate and here just for you? You don't have to think about it. Join us and be about it. Something interesting? We want to hear about it. Come on, let's talk about it. Welcome to Waypoint Overland's Random Waypoints podcast.
Sponsored by MIDLAND Communication for Every Adventure, the industry leader in radio communication technology and innovation for over 50 years. Sponsored by MYMEDIC. Sponsored by TEMBO TUSK. Sponsored by Trail Rated Coffee Company.
Always remember, the opinion you follow should be your own. Just consider the things stated here to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online.
Hi everyone, my name is Susan Pieper, and I'm the founder and CEO of Dmos Collective. So what is Dmos Collective, you might ask? Well, Dmos Collective is a company that makes world-class, heritage quality, performance shovel tools and automotive mounts and accessories that help you be your own hero. My whole life, I've been an adventurer and an explorer. I've sailed 10,000 ocean miles, raced a Transpac, and ultimately moved to the mountains. And I knew I always wanted to have my own company, and the moment that launched me into the Shovel Hall of Fame was when my son was building kickers in our backyard in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in dirt and in snow. And he had lawn and garden tools, and he would leave them out in the lawn lying about. And I just remembered thinking that somebody, and he also broke them, of course, because all of that type of tool is very easy to break. They're really disposable. So Dmos was invented out of the recognition that explorers and people who want big experiences in the outdoors need real tools. They need tools that really work, that are portable, that are always at hand and never in the way. And we've created our whole brand about that entire thesis, and it's been an incredible 7-year journey. And I'm happy to show you our tools if you're interested. So let me first introduce our number one bestseller. Okay, our number one bestseller this was the first tool we came out with in 2015. And it might not look like much to you if you're just looking on this on video. This is one heck of a shovel. First of all, it's all made out of aircraft-grade aluminum. Second of all, even though it is collapsible, it is full size and fully collapsible. So can you show the camera over here? So it collapses down into a very small footprint of only 17.75 inch by 9 by 2.5. And then its extended length is 56.5, and the blade is 16.5 by 9 by 2.5. And you cannot break this thing. Don't ask me. I mean, you're like, she's a small person. But we've had people overhead slam this thing. I mean, the biggest guys that you could think of onto ice and in concrete, and it performs. You can even use it as a wheel chock. This is the tool of choice of people who are adventurers and explorers who need a great recovery shovel as well as a camp shovel. It's fantastic for raking out basically your campsite before you lay down your tent. It's also great for putting out a campfire. It's incredible. It's the best tool ever for snow and sand recovery. So this is really the hero of our line. And as the hero, it's captured a few awards. It won the best hard good in 2016 in Munich, Germany at the ISPO conference. And it's also just been on TV, it's been on Good Morning America, Popular Mechanics, and more. So check this out. We really give it a 5-year warranty, but it's really a lifetime heritage tool. You can maintain your tool by replacing stainless steel spring pins, but pretty much nothing ever breaks. So that was almost going to put us out of business until we found out that there were people that wanted a tool for hard dirt. So we invented the Delta shovel. And what I meant by that is it's so good that maybe you'd only want to buy one. But what's happening is everyone at Dmos buys almost everything we make. So this shovel was invented in 2019 for people that wanted a real camp shovel. It is a true hard earth shovel that you can use in any type of dirt, sand, snow, mud, but it is really a digging tool. So this is the true digger of our line. It is a camp shovel. It comes in two formulations. It's made out of cold rolled steel, and it's also made out of 6000 series aluminum. People sometimes ask, how strong is this shovel? And this shovel has been tested to lift 1,000 pounds with a 10 to 1 fulcrum, and you can't break it. It has got a solid aluminum milled connector, and again, the 6061 extruded aluminum shaft. This is all 12 gauge steel, stainless smash rivets. It is a beast of a shovel. So for those people that need a heritage quality overland or survival shovel, this is the one in your quiver. It also comes with a vehicle mount, as does the Stealth, and they're easy to mount on all truck and roof racks as well as cargo boxes. We've really worked hard on fitment, and the whole pattern basically is a no drill hole pattern. So that's a little overview of Dmos, and I just really appreciate your interest in our brand. We'd love to have you as part of the Dmos tribe. Dmos stands for Do My Own Shit, and we are for those that do. We make tools that won't fail you, that are always at hand, and that are going to be heritage quality so that you don't have to go out and buy another one. And we're just growing all the time. We're really an American invention brand. So stay tuned. Watch for new product drops. We've got 4 coming up in the next 12 months, and I really appreciate you listening. Thanks. So I grew up, was Indiana born, Ohio bred, and I grew up always looking for experiences in the outdoor, but I grew up really in a suburban environment. So my mom couldn't keep me in the house. I was an active gymnast and a figure skater, and that doesn't sound like a lot of adventure, but as soon as I heard that there was a thing called skiing, and this is Ohio, mind you, where there's really no mountains, I got very into skiing. Went off to college in Ohio, also got into skiing, and found my way ultimately to graduate school in Boston and started to sail. And I grew up in Ohio, so this was like not something I did. But I got into sailing in my 20s, and then for the next 20 years with my now ex-husband, we sailed over 10,000 ocean miles, including a trans-Pacific yacht race, and I delivered the boat. I was the skipper and the captain and delivered the boat from Hawaii back to the mainland. I have since competed in snowboarding, figure skating, sailing, yacht racing, mountain bike racing. I've gone skydiving, I have a Jeep, and I'm a Jeeper and a rock crawler. I've done 4 REBELLE rallies, and in 2021 finally made my goal, which was being in the top 10 finish. So I've always been really an adventure and explorer. I also climb mountains, and I just use great gear. And I, as an owner of a company, have only one goal, which is to make gear that absolutely is mission ready and can be used in the harshest environments in the world and won't fail you. So I think the biggest challenge is simply that there is a perception that because I am not a strong person, that the shovel is not a strong shovel. And that has been incredibly hard to overcome. When I first started this company, I always felt like I love sales. Never met a stranger, so you can tell I'm not shy. But I always thought that I couldn't be the salesperson of the shovel or go demonstrate it to buyers, because when I walked in, I almost immediately was discredited that there wouldn't be a way that the shovel would be strong because I'm not strong. And I can understand that. And so I would do things like, if I had to make the sales call and there wasn't a guy on the team, as often there wasn't, I would say to the buyer, hey, listen, let's go out to the parking lot and let's drive over this shovel. Let me show you how strong it is. Here, let me put it in your hands. There's a patch of ice out there. You can overhand slam it and break it. Go ahead. So it really helped to get in the field and let people use the shovel. And the shovel's strength has really spoken for itself. So that's been the biggest challenge I think that I've had. This is a great question, and it's actually a funny answer. So get ready for this. Truth is always stranger than fiction. So the truth is that I wanted to start my own company, and I moved to the mountains of Jackson Hole, and I had worked in tech in San Francisco with a guy who is an inventor. I am not by nature an inventor or a tinkerer. I am really a product person and a creator, but not as much of an inventor. Anyway, I digress. So he basically had been working on an idea for a while and asked me to help him, and it was a snow paddle for snowboarding. And this was a very bad idea. If you know snowboarding, the community is very tight, and I was in Jackson Hole, which is a highly professional community, and people hated on the idea. And then he got sick, and on Mother's Day of 2014, he asked me to take what he had been working on and to make something happen with it. And so I call it my Mother's Day promotion, and I became CEO on Mother's Day of 2014 of the predecessor company to Dmos, which was called Tribal Snow Tools. And what I did was I basically saw his vision out and made some prototypes in spite of all of the derision from the snowboarding group, and took it to the snow industry show, the snow show in Denver, Colorado in January 2015. And because I knew it wasn't successful, but I wanted it to be, I had that idea around my son needing a professional shovel. So I took the paddle off and put a terrain tool type rake on the bottom. And we called it the kicker tool. And it was the hit of SIA 2015. And so when I came back from that show, I shut down Tribal Snow Tools. I gave Tom some credit into a new company called Dmos, Do My Own Shit. And we never looked again at a snow paddle, and from that day forward, we have really aimed to own our space, which is performance quality shovel tools, because shovels are a category that just really sucks, and it needed to be reinvented. They're built by companies that mostly make products in China and India at all of the same factories and slapped their brand on it, and there was no real innovation in the shovel space since World War I, when the e-tool was invented. And e-tools were built for people who were being shot at on their knees. And I was thinking to myself, people don't want to dig like that. They want to be not on their knees. They don't want to have it hurt their back. You know, they want to be able to use their work efficiently and have it stow away. So the concept of full-size and fully collapsible from an engineering standpoint is actually an interesting challenge, because we are always working to make sure our products will absolutely be mission ready and are incredibly durable and are built to the highest standards of strength so that no human can break them. But it is not always easy to make that also fully collapsible. And in our world, we also aim for the third point of, you know, sort of the gold standard for us is and rattle free. So we have spent 7 years developing our line, from the Stealth collection to our second collection, which is called the Alpha collection, which is built largely for snow and like a driveway shovel, and also a driveway shovel that's portable, and then finally to the Delta collection. And then we built all automotive mounts for all of our products. And where we're going is launching even more products. So we have, within a month, we actually have a Kickstarter coming up for a 2-part shovel. We haven't named it yet, but it is a 2-part shovel that will be highly portable and a friendly, lightweight version of what we make that we anticipate will be a fantastic hit for people who go to the beach and who are camping and adventuring, and we're making a mini version of it for backpacking. So we're so excited. And go to our website at dmoscollective.com if you're interested in that, and please sign up for early bird notifications for the Kickstarter, because it's going to be a fantastic campaign. And then beyond that, we've got products that are aimed at ATV, UTV market. We've got some interior vehicle storage, because other things need to be always at hand and never in the way. And it is such an exciting future right now at Dmos. We're really happy to have you as part of our Dmos family of customers. And if you aren't one yet, just keep watching us. Come see us at shows. Get a shovel in your hand. Once you do, I think you'll see the quality is worth it. Some people say they know the price of everything, but the quality, or really the value of nothing. And Dmos products are more premium than any other shovel in the market, and they're worth it. So thanks for listening. I would say the response is always like, wow, that's cool. And then they pick it up and they look at it and they go, well, what's this for? I mean, it's almost an exciting, I would say, I feel a sense of wonder in their eyes, almost like we've had in making up all these new shapes in a category, again, that is age-old, one of the oldest hand tools known to humankind, to Homo sapiens. And it has been so fun to basically create something that makes people absolutely raise eyebrows and say, I can see why this would be amazing. And I love it. I just really want to thank you, Waypoint Overland, for taking the time to interview me. I really appreciate it. And for all of you listening out there, I hope that you put down, the computer, don't worry about your day job. Life is too short. Get out there. This is a beautiful world, and you can explore. Companies like Dmos make tools that really help you be your own hero, and you don't need a lot of gear. I mean, a shovel is essential recovery gear, and I tend to think that our shovels are the exact recovery gear you need, and you can go anywhere and don't worry about getting stuck. But just make sure that you get out and enjoy this beautiful country and this beautiful world that we live in. And thank you again so much for your time. And if you're interested in learning more about Dmos, please come see us at dmoscollective.com or come see us in Salt Lake at our warehouse and showroom. We're always happy to give you a tour, and we do sales right out of that showroom and have a really nice experience for you there. And we're at West Valley City, 3696 West, 2100 South, Salt Lake City. So come see us when you're on your way through. Thanks so much.
You have been listening to Waypoint Overland's Random Waypoints. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.